I begin by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land and pay my respects to their elders, past and present. I extend that respect to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples. Today is the day 15 of the Grand Australian ride. Today I'll be riding from Bridgetown to Perth. The date is 14th of May 2022. Time taken is 5 hours 30 minutes. The weather was not as friendly as it rained today, but it was a light rain. The distance I traveled was 287 kilometers. The terrain was a little hilly and a few twisties along the way. I did take a fuel stop in Bridgetown. That's when I just started the ride. The first thing I did was fuel up. And I finished in Perth today. Good morning. Today is the 13th of May 2022. Currently in Bridgetown, and I'm staying at Ford House Retreat. Basically got a green single room with shared bathroom in the property behind me. Now came here last night. Basically we are having a lot of issues trying to find a place to stay in Bridgetown. We had previous bookings in other places, but they somehow cancelled it on us. So finally the question was, should I be going further down and staying or take a break here? But I decided to take a break here. Now it's a little early right now. I need to get started, but I've been told that the breakfast will be served at 9, so the plan is to have breakfast and then leave. Plan is to go straight for Perth, and basically will be resting tomorrow and then continuing from Perth the day after. Now as you can see, this is after recording, as I've lost the voice of this clip. As you can see, the spread of the breakfast was fairly good. Now after finishing breakfast, I'll be leaving. The weather looks good now, but as the fact is that after this it starts raining, so I'll only have a clip of me filling up the fuel, and from then on I'll continue recording a bit further down on the track, but I will continue riding even in the rain. I'm in Bridgetown and just fueled up. 10.8 per liter. Okay, good morning. So just a quick update. I have left from my accommodation at Bridgetown. I'm currently just past Donnybrook. The rain stopped, so I thought I'll put the camera equipment on. As you can see on my right hand side, there is apple orchards. Donnybrook is actually grows a lot of apple, particularly Granny Smith apples, which are the green color ones. On my right hand side you can see a lot of orchards. It will probably go on. The whole town was about apple. There were big pieces, like cartoon characters of apple, and big artificial, like sculptures or whatever you might call it, of apples all over the town. It was pretty evident what Donnybrook is all about. It's apples. Orchards everywhere, both sides. Actually, on that side of Donnybrook you don't see any orchards. So as soon as I touched Donnybrook and I saw all the apples, I was like, okay, fair enough, I can see that it's all about apples, but I can't see any orchards. But turns out it's on the Perth side. I came from Bridgetown going towards Perth, and between Donnybrook and Perth, that side is where all the orchards are. As you can see, it just keeps on going, right? There is orchards everywhere. These are the red ones.
I think from what I read was it's Granny Smith, green ones. They also have Royal Gala, the red ones. They grow them over here as well. And there was some other fruit too. So about 3-4 different types. But Granny Smith is one of they kind of dominated over here. Yeah, so it basically just keeps on going. I've reached another town. Moyanup is the name of the town. Just something you would have noticed. Every small distance, there is a town that comes up, as well as sorry, it's taking me off A1. It wants me to go via some other route. I'm using Google, but I'm going to continue with A1 because that's the plan. We are like 191 kilometers from Perth, so you see that's not very far. So all the towns, every certain distance you would see a new town come up. That's one thing that will happen. Secondly, the traffic will go up. There will be more cars that you would see. Road trains are gone. There are no road trains that are visible now. I mean, you do see every now and again, you do see an old one come up. But, like past few days, you would have seen, like every second vehicle was a road train. That's not happening anymore. People's patience have come down on the road. You do see past few days I've not seen a single vehicle who was trying to zoom past me or speed past me. Everyone was being very friendly and considerate. It's the horses you see everywhere, every part of Australia except for Nullarbor Plains, of course. Around the Nullarbor region you don't see any horses, but otherwise closer to Perth, closer to Melbourne, plenty. Yeah, so traffic has become like you would expect in a big city, and yeah, but that's how it is in this world, isn't it? So yeah. Now, another thing I wanted to mention was some people might think, why are you riding so close to the other lane on the right hand side rather than riding right in the middle? Oops. Oh man, this guy just overtook me from the wrong side. This was an overtaking lane. Yeah, so you would say, obviously right now we've got overtaking lane, so I'm slow, so I'm riding on the left, and the other people who are behind me can overtake me from this side. Now that side is obviously the coming up side. So when riding, people will think, why are you riding on this so close to the other side? And the reason is very simple. These roads, particularly which are outside the city, there are 3 locations you can ride in your lane. You can ride in the middle of the lane, left or right of the lane. I'm riding on the right now. Particularly when raining, you would want to avoid the riding in the center of the lane, because there might be oil leaks, oil leaking from cars and stuff. So there is a possibility of oil leak. So just to try and reduce the chances of you riding on top of an oil leak, you stay on the right or the left. Now you'd say, why are you staying so close to the upcoming traffic? You could better off staying on the other side. True. But the country roads are not that frequently used and not that frequently maintained. What happens is they've got contractors who sort of drive around and just patch up all the roads. So all you see is patches. You don't see like a proper resurfacing. So because of that, the outer edges often becomes uneven and soft. So it's like that. So chances of slipping or bouncing up and things like that are greater. Whereas this side is more smoother. So two factors. If it wasn't raining, I would probably be riding in the center somewhere. If there is a oil leak, it will still be visible. But if it's raining, the oil leak is not visible, so I'll be riding on the side, and preferably on this side. So yeah, there is a little answer to some queries, some questions that people might have. And yeah, we are out of town now. I'll catch up once I find something interesting again. That was Bunbury Flying School. I'm in the town of Bunbury. Back there, I also saw off-road, the motocross track. There was also a motocross track. Then there was a flying school and airport. Kind of getting into the town of Bunbury. So many interesting towns on the way. That's an industrial zone in Western Australia, in Abbotsford over there. So yeah, what I was saying was, in Western Australia, I noticed something. They outside a lot of country towns, they have industrial zones, and by having that, I'm assuming they are promoting industry. This is obviously on the left hand side. That's a big one. In a lot of very far away, like isolated country towns as well, I've seen it too. So, but obviously the industrial zones are so all of them are on A1. I just paused because I was listening to the direction on Sena. I've actually got Sena installed on my helmet as well. So I use Google. I'm following A1, so I don't need to really see too much of direction. But I do need to see direction when I'm sort of entering towns and cities. So I use Google on my phone, and it speaks to me on my Sena in the helmet. So that's the reason why you don't see any navigation over here. If I was going through different routes, I will need navigation, but I just need to look for look for the sign 1 everywhere, and that's pretty much it. And for the cities, Google on my phone and the Sena in my helmet, that's the job. So yeah, we are in town of Bunbury and we'll get going. So I'm expecting to reach by there's another 125 kilometers, I think. No, 135 kilometers pending. Yeah. So yeah, it's 9:43. So yeah, I'm hoping to reach by afternoon. Today my wife is flying in from Melbourne, so I'll see her and take a break for the day. And tomorrow the whole day I'm not riding at all. I'm taking a break in Perth, and on Monday I'll be starting my journey again. But when I start on Monday, the first order of the day is to get the rear tire replaced. When I got the servicing done in Albany, they said to me that the tire had worn out significantly, and I was originally planning to change the tire in Darwin, but they say don't wait till Darwin, it will be too far. The tire might not last. So I said, what about Broome? And they're like, that's too far as well for this condition, because the bike, that this is my original tire, and the bike has only gone close to 6,500 kilometers now. So I was expecting it to last at least until 10,000. But anyways, I said, okay, fair enough. Then I'll have to make some arrangements, and my brother is helping me out. He's basically spoken that two tire wholesalers in Perth, and he's spoken to both of them, and he's basically zeroed in on one, and they have got some options as well for me to have a look at when I get there. So on Monday, when I leave from Perth, I will be changing my tires. Changing my rear tire only, and yeah, that's it. Perth is 167 kilometers right now. That's what I just saw. All right. Just a quick update. Obviously, as you can see, the sun is shining, so I've got the camera gear back on. I'm not very far from Perth now. I was riding on Forest Highway, which is part of the Route 1. Now it turns into Old Coast Road. Route 1 goes into Old Coast Road, so I've basically taken an exit and I'm going into Old Coast Road. I took a coffee break on the way, and after the coffee break, the sun came out. Madura is 43 kilometers, so after that I think Perth is very, very close now. So after I took the coffee break, the sun came out, and yeah, but I still didn't take out the camera because I wasn't sure if it's just playing out. It's been raining on and off, but now it looks like the sun is out properly. It'll probably stay like this. So here we are now. Forest Highway was 4 lanes, but I think Old Coast Road is 2 lanes. So yeah, we got opposite traffic coming as well. In Falcon. Falcon is like Phillip Island, but the difference is it's like a D shape. It's a thin piece of land, and then this is the main land that goes around. There's water there, water on this side as well. So I'm passing through the thin piece of land. Normally we'll go on the main land, but the A1 passes through Falcon, so obviously I'm following the A1 to reach Perth. Yeah, so this is Falcon. It's looks. I mean, we're maybe 50 k's from Perth, roughly 40 or 50 k's. I don't know, something like that. So this looks more like maybe Geelong or something like that, an outer satellite township from Perth. That's what it looks like, but Some people who live over here would know better. Could even be an outer suburb.
Alright, so okay, so I've arrived in Perth now, finally. That's officially the end of leg 1 of my journey. The first leg was from Melbourne to Adelaide, second leg was from Adelaide to Perth. So second leg is over officially. Third leg is from Perth all the way to Darwin. Now that is going to be an interesting journey to come. I will just quickly briefly show you the room. So it's a bed, desk, and there's a kitchenette over here, and there is a common area as well. So it's an Airbnb, it's not a hotel. The cost was, I think, less than $100 per day, which is good for the size of the room. It's got an ensuite bathroom as well. So basically today I had been riding more than 300 kilometers in total, and it's I've been having rain on and off during the day, so more than half the time I couldn't really keep the GoPro on, the helmet on, so you wouldn't have seen what was coming on the way. The most interesting thing on the way today was supposed to be Donnybrook, which is like where there are a lot of apple orchards in Donnybrook, apple and other fruits as well, but apple is supposed to be like the highlight over there, particularly Royal Gala, and there is a green color apple, that one as well. There are two of them that are very popular from there. I did mention it when I was there, so you could have remembered it. Anyway, so today it's just within the first half of the day I arrived. Now I'm going to rest over here. Tomorrow I'm not going to be riding anymore, but day after tomorrow, which is the Monday, I will be leaving from Perth. But before I leave the city, I will be stopping by at a tire shop to change the rear tire, because rear tire has been worn out completely. So that's going to happen, and from then on I'm going to continue with my journey. So that will be the start of the leg 3 of the journey. So the first leg, Melbourne to Adelaide, second leg Adelaide to Perth, third Perth to Darwin, fourth I think it's Darwin to Sydney, and fifth is Sydney to Tasmania, via Melbourne to Tasmania and back. So that's all of them. So yeah, I'll say goodbye for now, and I'll see you on Monday.